Alright, welcome to my channel. This is Lockchuck. What I'm working on today is this Securit brand Double Euro. It is a British 1-star. I don't know if that's showing up, but there it is. Let's see, there it is. You can see the 1-star. Alright, does work. I have removed the C-clip, so I'm being very careful not to jerk that core out. There's the C-clip. So let's see if I could get this picked and gutted without too much of a disaster. Try to get you a little better line up there. Let's see, I'm gonna do, get out of the way, cord. Don't need you yet. Alright. Well, that cord just wants to hang around. Alright, so we'll do counterclockwise tension with pin 1. Nothing. 2, I gotta click. 3, I gotta click. 4 is binding hard. Get up under 5. Oop, got a false set. Well, that may have been, that was 6, sorry. 6. Let's see, 5 is trying to counter on me. So I can get it to counter. Alright, gotta click there and drop 6 back. Down, I believe. Let up. There we go. Back into my false set. 5 feels like it's set. 4 set. 3. 2 gave a click. Let's see, where's 1? There's 1 and we're open. Alrighty. So I'm going to go ahead and spin this around to right there. We'll take a pinning shoe, slide that in there to hold the pins, and then I'm going to turn this over and try to hold this without complete disaster coming. Okay, so first thing I need to do is try to get this core out. So I'm just going to grab it and start pulling it out. There we go. So there's the pins. I'll put that in a plug holder right here. Okay. Now, let's see. Drop a pinning, or oh, before I do that, I don't know if I'm hoping you can see that little thing in the back there. It goes in the back of the plug to push on the locking mechanism. I need to get it out of there. It's just like a little round plug of steel that goes in the back of the plug there. Alright, so now drop pinning front loader in, pull my pinning shoe out, and now let's see if I can move this other camera into a position that's not blocking me but may show you what's going on. Let's see. Nope, too much. Let's see. Boop. Sorry. Alright. So hopefully, alright, see how that works. Alright, so you got that in place. Let me switch so you can hopefully see both. Let's see. Alright, so hopefully you can see that, and I can see in here to be able to get this. So I'm gonna have to push the pins down to get the front loader to start rotating. So I'm gonna rotate till I get to the first pin. I'm gonna hold the pick, or excuse me, the tweezers over it until it pops, there it is. You can see it. I'm gonna rotate a little bit more, let it lift up, and then I'm gonna turn the front loader backwards and then I'm pull it out, and that is a double T pin. Okay, and so there's the spring down in there. I'm going to leave that in there. It's below it, so it shouldn't cause us any trouble. All right, let this one up, rotate backwards on the pinning front loader, excuse me, and grab that pin and pull it out. Another double T pin, set that right there. Then third pin right there, looks like a standard. There we go, pull that out. Okay, so go back in, just hold my tweezers over the pin, let it come up a little bit, and that's some type of spool. Oops, let me get a hold of it, and there we go. That's a double spool. All right, go back in. All right, there we go. Another spool, it looks like. I can get a hold of it. Sorry, my camera's getting in my way. There we go. Got it out. Yep, just a regular spool. And that's 5. I got one more. Okay. Got it. And it looks like a standard. Yep, standard pin. Alright, now it should be all of the pins for there. So that gives you a little view from what his front loader does. You can see the pin chambers, and then if I give me just a second, well, I was gonna say I'll pull it out and you can see all the springs. Let me just move it out of the way just for a sec. Pull this out, and then if we look down in there, did I turn the light on? Where is the controller? Oh. Well, I guess it would have helped if I'd have turned the light on it. But you see the springs, top of the springs down in there. But alright, so I'm gonna switch back camera. Alright. So let me dump the see if I can slide this out of the way for a second. And not dump all these pins. Move you over here. Maybe it'll focus. Alright, so first key pin, standard key pin, standard key pin, standard key pin, which maybe like a steel. I don't know if that's steel or brass. Let's see. Let's see if it's steel. Give me a magnet. Okay. Alright. Yep, steel. I'm assuming that one's steel. Yep, that one's steel. So a steel driver in 3 and a steel key pin in 4. Look at the plug. So we got some anti-drill right there toward the front. Let's see, stay in focus. It's like 2 anti-drills there. It's like a snap. Sorry, cut the pre-snap. Don't see any milling in the chamber. Alright. Now. Alright, so that, let me give you a close-up of the pins, if I can do that without dumping them. go. There's reverse two of them are reverse or double T-pin, standard, double spool, which I don't think that comes into play because that key pin is so long. And a spool and a standard in the back. Alright, so now see if we can reassemble this. I know you probably see them being taken apart with a pin and shoe. Let's see it, or front loader. I don't know why I keep saying pin and shoe. I'm gonna put that back in. The springs are still in there, and I'm gonna switch back. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this. How about this? Let me see if I can make this big and just transition all the way back. Alright, so there you've got a big view. You can see all the pinholes, and I'm going to start in the back. So where is pin? Let's see, count from the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there is 6. Alright, so sorry, I'm going to have to move this up just a hair to give myself room with the tweezers. Okay. Alright. So here goes the 6th pin in. I'll give it in, and I'm going to put some counter rotation or left rotation on the front loader. Push it down and then open up for the next hole. Alright, same thing. Go back, find that hole. Oops. Alright, I'll turn counterclockwise a little bit just to hold it, and then I'm going to go back clockwise while I'm pushing down and drop it in. Alright. Keep going. Let's see. Alright. Now, again, I'll push to hold it in there, and then there we go, dropping it in. Gets a little bit easier toward the front because you're not having to reach so far back. Alright, move the camera back just a little bit so you can see that. Okay, now the double T-pin going in. There we go. Tension it and push it on down. There we go. Last one, about to go in. So, alright, then get it pushed all the way down, and I'm going to rotate it to there. You can see the T-pins kind of come up in that slot right there. So, I'm going to switch back. Here we go. Alright, so I'm going to get this camera out of the way now. Put the actual pinning shoe wherever I laid it. I'm going to put that back on. Just to hold those down, then I can pull out the front loader. Alright, let's pin back up the plug. Oops, dropping pins. Which really that spool would be more effective, and that double spool would be more effective like in 6 or something where it can engage, because as you can kind of see right here, come on focus, that 4 is already at shear, so you don't lift it. So alright, so here is the tricky part. Okay, so I'm going to pull this out of the vise and get the vise out of the way for right now, unless something happens and I need it again. Hopefully not. Alright, so if you kind of, maybe you can see down in there, I gotta turn this cam back to where it was so it'll line up with the notches in the plug. Okay, but I also have to put that little plug of steel wherever I did. There it is. And don't do that. Okay, see if I can get this right. Nope, I know I just dropped that one in the wrong hole. I know I'm pretty sure I don't have one of them right. So 4. Oh, so far so good. And 5 is the shortest. 6 is longer. Alright, so they're all good. Let's not do that again. Let's put it in the actual holder. Alright, that's what the holder's for. Okay. Alright, so put that little plug in there. Now, holding this all straight, hopefully, and the pins are up. Put it over the pin and shoe, and don't tilt it back because that plug will fall out. So hopefully if I get this right, it'll drop on in. There it goes, it's in. Now I'm going to just rotate a little bit because I need something to lift those T-pins, and then I can pull that out. And we're back. So check the key before I put the pin back on, but just don't jerk it out. Key works fine. Alright, so that was the pick and gut and reassemble of a Securit Double Euro. Alright, thanks for watching.